God is good, and today, guys, I have some really exciting news. So I knew that they were making a new Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, but we kind of just had this really short trailer that kind of just told us it was co-op, and that was pretty much it. Well, today we got a ton of new information as well as a release date, and I want to cover it all right here real quick. Before we begin, I want to give a big major shout out to the members of Napalm. You are the sponsors of this channel. I could not do this without you. Thank you so much for your support, and if you're interested in helping support this channel, please click the join button down below for more information and a list of perks. And a very special shout out to the Lords of Napalm, Rayco, Bounty Code, and Ray Cooper. Thank you for your highest tier membership. Now, first of all, the developers are D&D fans, grew up on D&D lore, etc., and it really kind of shows from the artwork and the love and care that it looks like they're putting into the game. And the game is releasing for only $40, and also for PS4, PS5, all the Xboxes, PC, so it looks like we're going to be able to enjoy this at a decent, well-priced figure, as well on multiple platforms. Now, I have to tell you straight up, this is an action RPG. If you're expecting more of the CRPG, slower-based tactical play, I highly recommend Baldur's Gate 3. Now, this is a smaller studio making this game, and they have an interesting story, so they had reached out to see if they could make a D&D game. At first, they were shot down, but eventually got permission to do so. Now, at first, they were designing it as a top-down classic CRPG, or actually, I should say more like a Diablo-style game, but they just felt like it could be more. So they began making it a third-person, over-the-shoulder perspective that you see here in the video. Now, it started as 11 people in the studio. However, they were given additional funding as the project got further into development, and now the team size has actually grown to somewhere around 60 people developing this game, because the publisher saw what they were doing, was super pleased with it. Now, this is a co-op 4-player D&D loot fest, taking you across various locations and many creatures from the monster manual that you will immediately recognize. Based on the RA Salvatore novels from the 90s, IGN actually got a chance to check it out and play a demo of it, and I'll leave a link to that video down below, but let's see what they dug up. So it takes place after the Crystal Shard novels in Icewind Dale. In the video, they fought goblins and gnolls and some giant folk, and of course we know there are beholders and dragons and frost giants and many other recognizable cool monsters that are also seen in the trailers. The game is based on action combat with combos based on their class type. Now, each character is recognizable people from the D&D lore, from the novels, and all the various lores, and have a built-in class. Now, there are 6 challenges or difficulty modes with more loot, better experience when you crank up the difficulty with your friends, or I guess even solo. Although, I have to admit that it really looks like you need to bring some friends. Now, looks like there are potions as well as, of course, bringing along a dedicated healer, and short rests are in the game as well. And what I found really interesting, because that's very common in D&D, right? You got your short rests, a couple of those, and you have your long rests. However, using your rests makes the monsters return to life. So if you push further without using one of your rests, it gives you better RNG for better loot. So pushing your party to the brink of death is part of the gameplay loop. Now, I have to say, I think this has really slick looking graphics, and in my opinion, it's looking really close to the D&D official artwork. And based on novels from the best series of novels, in my opinion at least, this is looking really freaking cool. Now, from environmental puzzles, traps, and all the cool monsters, it's looking like a good D&D romp. Customization is looking great for each class, from loot, armor, weapons, to specking and picking talent trees, and it all looks pretty fantastic. IGN also claims that the combat was very fluid and fun. Now, the release date for this game is June 22nd, 2021, so very soon this summer, as long as it doesn't get delayed, and it seems like they're pretty far in development, it seems like the game is pretty much wrapping up, finishing up some final bugs kind of thing, then we will be playing this game this summer, and I'm super excited about it. What do you guys think? Does this look like okay, so when I look at this, I think, man, they did a pretty good job of translating the monsters from the original artwork into 3D. I think it looks fantastic. Those frost giants, man, everything just looks really cool. I oftentimes play other games such as Elder Scrolls, etc., and and pretend like it's D&D, because a lot of their monsters are super similar. Even the names of certain locations, etc., kind of throw back to the D&D places or monsters that they're based on. And I oftentimes just pretend like other RPGs are D&D, because we don't have, especially more modern, and by modern I just mean the last freaking 10 years, we really don't have a lot of really cool D&D games. Now we do have Baldur's Gate 3, which I've sunk over 100 hours into, and I love that game. I'm playing it right now again, actually. I absolutely adore it and can't wait for the full release. But I also am a little over the bird's eye view perspective. I'm just a little tired of it. I want over the shoulder kind of view. Now, I would have really loved for this to have been the kind of game where you make your own character, you pick your class, etc., etc. But I also understand the development time for making a game like that is through the roof, as well as all the options, all the spells, all the races, I mean, and all the combinations of such. It gets a little crazy. So, hey, look, I'm happy with this. We get some characters from the novels, some recognizable faces we can pick between with their classes, level them up, get some sick loot, play with our friends. I definitely see this being a really grand time. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. That's all the news I could dig up. Of course, I will be covering this game, so anything new pops up, I'll make a video about it, because you know I love me some D&D. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Does it look like what you would expect from a new Dark Alliance game? Have you played the old Dark Alliance games? Did you like them? Let me know everything you think about it in the comments down below, guys. And of course, smash that like button to help the hungry YouTube algorithm. And until next time, guys, God bless and happy gaming.